that. Macklin Celebrini gets the hat trick with the overtime winner. San Jose now has 6 wins in November, the same they had last season. And they did it in a way that you didn't think was possible after letting Utah kind of come back in this game. But San Jose stood tight and made it happen, and they hung around Nick Nollenberger.
Well, that's exactly how they drew it up, right? You'd allow a couple goals, you give Celebrini a little more time to complete the hat trick, but an incredible finish. Macklin Celebrini, I mean, this kid just continues. It's like, what do you say at this point? Second hat trick of the season, he's up to 30 points now, but what a shot in overtime. It's a subtle play, but he batted a puck out of the neutral zone that allowed for him to quickly re-enter instead of going all the way down the length of the ice to get the puck. They re-enter, and then they're able to reset up in overtime. Incredible. He goes upstairs. Hat trick. What a night.
Yeah, welcome back into Toyota Sharks Postgame Live. Alan Hoshida with Nick Nollenberger. We were sitting there and we were saying Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard had a hat trick and Macklin Celebrini did it. It didn't look good though through the second, and most of the third period when Utah really made a push there. We go to the Toyota turning point when you're talking about JJ Peterka and company coming back. We said in that second intermission that, hey, they're going to make a push, and they sure did. They came back and started pushing really hard there in the third.
They did. Yeah, you knew it was going to happen. Peterka's a big piece that they acquired this summer from Buffalo. This guy's an elite goal scorer, and he showed it off in the third period. That second one, obviously, I mean, Ashcroft's going to be the first one to tell you he wants that one back. I mean, it's a tough one that just kind of snuck through, almost kind of took a stab at it with his catching mitt, and it just funnels its way through. So that was a tough one. But the Sharks, they find a way to get it done. And that's the resilience of a team that's starting to figure some things out, where sometimes you have some bounces that don't go your way. You continue to push forward and you don't waver. And I love the way they played that overtime. They push, they draw a penalty, and ultimately they get an overtime winner on a power play from Macklin Celebrini. All
right, let's get back out to the tank and see the 3 stars of this game. Yaroslav Askarov is the second star for his heroics there, making some big saves. He made some big saves in overtime to allow the Sharks and Macklin Celebrini to have that chance.
Yeah, that one right off the bat, kind of a redeflect from the high slot. That was a little tricky, and he was well positioned, square to the shooter, and is able to make the save. That one that got through late in the third, that was his one blemish in the night because he was outstanding.
And guess who's star number 1? Macklin Celebrini. 3 goals, 13 on the season, 30 points. Kid just keeps getting better, and when they needed a guy to step up because the offense had gone a little flat there the last few, Macklin said, don't worry, I'll get all 3 tonight, and we're going to win this game in overtime. And here he is with the interview after being the first star of the game.
Macklin, congratulations on the win tonight. I know you guys put a lot of emphasis on the power play all the time, and it didn't go your way through regulation. It did in overtime when Brian Wiseman had you down there with the whiteboard. What was the theme of what you wanted to try and do with that rare 4-on-3 in overtime?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't what we wanted, but just stay patient, take your looks, and we found a way to win.
And Macklin, you decided it looked like you were waiting to see when Wenberg could get right in the face of the goaltender, and when he started to look over the wrong side, that's exactly when you shot the puck. Was that the case?
Yeah, I mean, Wendy's been doing that forever. I mean, we scored so many goals because he's in front of the net, and credit to him.
Macklin, thanks for this. Congratulations. Macklin Celebrini with a game winner in overtime for his 3rd career hat trick. We should be starting to get used to this, but it's still amazing to see this 19-year-old hockey player doing things we haven't seen before in a teal sweater.
Most people shy away from the moment. He goes right into the moment, and he wants to be the guy. You could tell after a couple failed attempts on shots in the power play, he decided enough's enough. It's time to end it.
So Celebrini with a magical night here at the Shark Tank, guys. A great start to a 4-game homestand for the Sharks. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks so much. We have the Mac trick, hat trick for Macklin Celebrini. As you just heard, it's the 3rd of his young career. Mac Mania, as I also like to say, is running wild in San Jose, Noli.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, again, it's hard to even put into words what this kid is doing in his 2nd season. We knew he was special after last year, but he's just taking it to a different stratosphere. I mean, there was some outside talks he could make this Canadian Olympic team, but I think they filled outside before the season started. I mean, how are you going to deny this kid at this point? It is incredible.
There are 12 forwards that are better than Macklin Celebrini for Team Canada, let alone that he could play in all all ways. You don't need him to play top line. He could play the third or fourth line for Team Canada. I don't think there's any way he's not working on his Italian to come February. Let's get to the Toyota turning point of this game. It is in the third period. And as we said, we knew the Utah Mammoth were going to come on here and Yaroslav Askarov was going to be called upon. JJ Peterka, big offseason addition for the Mammoth, and it came to fruition twice. With quick shots there on Yarrow. Yeah, just sneaking past Shakir Mukhamadullin on that right wing, and Peterka's a sniper. He's a goal scorer. When you get a chance like that, he's not going to miss much, and puts it right under the glove hand of Askarov. And then he'd come down again for another one a little bit later on as they just kept coming in waves. And again, it didn't look like anything crazy dangerous until he started skating through everybody. And then it was a little mishandled by Askarov, but it goes 2-2. Yeah, well, you see the way he carried that puck through the neutral zone. I think that's what threw Askey off a little bit, was just the speed in which he gained the zone. I mean, he had him a little bit on his heels. It seems like an innocent play, but he opens up there to get his shot off. A lot of velocity behind it, and it's right on the glove. That's one he's going to make a save 9 out of 10 times. But because of the way he entered the zone with that type of speed, I think that threw Askey off a little bit, and it just funneled its way through. Good goal scorers are going to find ways to get the puck in the back of the net. And then the Sharks pretty much decided they were going to go into overtime. And so we go into overtime, and the San Jose Sharks get a fortunate break here. Sam Dickinson, a little miscommunication again with like we saw a couple nights ago, but this one, JJ Peterka grabs the puck. Oh, there's too many guys on the ice. So Utah goes on the penalty kill. The San Jose Sharks go on the power play, trying to snap a streak that they're on. They were, believe at 0 for their last 10. But then Macklin Celebrini, as you heard Jamal Mayer say, try again, and he found his shot and he ripped it bar down. Yeah, just a perfectly placed shot. And again, Vanacek kind of peeking to his left, and as he gets the screen against his face, he's trying to peek around. Celebrini, without a doubt, was trying to do that. He sees the goaltender on the other side, and he's like, I'm going to go upstairs on the short side. There's no chance he's going to pick it up, and he puts it right under the bar. Just an absolutely incredible shot, game winner, and he completes the hat trick. Yeah, and you talked about that play that he made to keep that puck not in the zone, but from getting all the way back, and he brought it into the ice, and they got right back in it without giving the Utah much of a break there. And that's got to be big when you're in overtime, you're 3-on-4, and you're trying to get as much break as possible. For him to turn that right into the offensive zone was huge for the team. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's an airborne puck that looks like it's going to go all the way down the length of the ice. And if you're Utah, you're like, okay, let's get a breather here on the penalty kill. They're going to have to reload. Instead, he bats it out of midair, carries a ton of speed through the neutral zone, gains a line, and the Sharks are right back on the attack. So, I mean, it's just a subtle play that is so incredible. The hand-eye coordination, just this multitude of skills from this kid is off the charts. But to make that little play, get back in the zone, and then you get on the attack. And we talked about the power play. It's been much maligned lately, and they find a way in overtime to seal the win on the power play. And hopefully that will carry over into the rest of this homestand. How about we talk more Macklin? Service champions, what's hot? Because why not? And we were talking about this single game, but now if you look at his November stats, pretty much when you look at it, there's a couple zeros on there. But other than that, he has 13 points, 7 goals, 6 assists. He's just pushing it forward with this team, and he is putting them on their back. And they're, maybe a Hart Trophy if this kid keeps doing some crazy things like he's doing. Well, he's right in the mix. If you're going to be in the top 5 in scoring throughout the year, he's going to be in that conversation. But just the way he plays the game, beyond just the offense, the 200-foot game, the intelligence, it's incredible. At the age of 19, to be doing what he's doing and playing with the confidence that he's playing with. Because he realizes, I think, at this point of his career, he can really do whatever he wants on the ice. Now, he's young. He's going to learn more and more as his career unfolds. But it's incredible what he's doing and just the confidence in which he's playing with. Well, and look at the variety of shots, too, that he's going with. Obviously the backdoor play, he had a wide open net, just got to put it in the middle. But, when he's on a breakaway, we've seen it before, he goes on the ice, and then on the power play there at overtime, he's going top shelf. So he's also giving the goalies issues. They can't really go, okay, this is what he likes to do. And I think that's got to help him out as well, that he can make any shot he needs to make. Well, these guys work so much, in particular in the offseason, on these little details. Location of pucks, shooting through screens, getting pucks off their stick, down on their feet, all these different variations of getting shots off. Maybe that they didn't even do back in the day, and now they're utilizing the technology of their sticks, too, to get these shots off at an incredible rate. So, the skill's off the charts. He talked about it. Bedard's one of his good buddies. They grew up in the same area in Vancouver.
And they have different games but similarities. They're just modern day stars at the young ages that they are at. It's really incredible.
I think hockey fans, we've been contentious towards Bedard here sometimes, but man, the kid's good too, and so is Macklin. It's a good time to be a hockey fan. Toyota fan poll question: here are your results. Which Shark is the most impressive this month? Yeah, Macklin Celebrini, 68%. Yaroslav Askarov in 28%. Let's hear from Macklin Celebrini once again because he had a hat trick.
Well, Macklin, a lot more hats here tonight.
Yeah.
Compared to what it was like in New York and now at home, how do you feel?
I mean, it's great to find a way to win. That game probably didn't go as we would have liked, but it's good that we found a way.
Macklin, obviously, the third period, they tie the game up there, but you score the overtime winner. What's it say about the resilience of the team not to, get on the back burner with a late goal to tie the game there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we don't want to give up those goals and a couple breakdowns. And, I mean, Askey was staying on his head even before that, so I think we just got to kind of find a way to stay consistent and, not let those things happen.
Did you know Will Smith was going to pass that puck to you on the first one? Just didn't look like he knew you were there. There was no look. Just talk about your chemistry there on that first goal.
Yeah, I think that's just part of playing together for a good amount of time. I think you just start to read off each other better.
So Macklin, this is becoming commonplace. So how comfortable are you in your second year?
I think just feel a little bit better. The more time, it's more chemistry with your teammates and kind of looking to build something.
Can you explain the neck burner?
Yeah, Brevo told me we're starting a new tradition with our team. Shirts off and you have to wear the necklace because he got it for the game player. So, I thought it was a good idea, so we're starting a tradition.
Does this replace the random items?
Yes. This is what we've been waiting on. It's supposed to come earlier, but I'm happy we have this now.
On the overtime goal, is it kind of nice to, you mentioned how well Askey's been playing for you guys, to kind of pick him up there, just like how good does that feel to kind of pick him up there with your game winner there? Yeah, it's great, I think, especially because our power play hasn't been very good either, which kind of needs to get going, and he's been going, and I think just to kind of get that one, it just kind of solidified kind of the way we know we need to play.
What do you thought?
Tarps off, jumbo shark tooth necklace for your winner? Let's get used to this. All right, we're just getting going here on Toyota Sharks Postgame Live. There's plenty more to relive from some Macklin heroics.
Toyota Sharks Postgame Live is presented by Toyota, class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places.